Sup, everybody. This is going to be a short episode just because I feel like the market's in a state where you should really be holding your money. I don't think me nor any professional trader can truly advise you how to navigate the waters in this market, especially these resurgences of the COVID-19 virus. Is causing so much panic and mass hysteria, even though we already went through this. So it's turning a lot of tables over, and there is no surefire way to go against this right now. I'm not a professional trader, so I don't want your L's on my head. Money will get you moving, man. Nothing will get you off your couch ready to fight someone and them losing your money. So I want no piece of this. Just like y'all want no piece of my Smith & Wesson if you come here acting crazy. Just because I'm a trader geek don't mean I'm not strapped. Stock market, normal market, I'm always strapped up. You should know this. Come on, man. Some things I noticed going on in the market that I feel like are kind of headlines are, one, Shopify's deal with Walmart. Amazing. First of all, Shopify has been one of those companies that throughout this pandemic, they've only been getting better. They've been feeding off your tiers of unemployment. They've been, you should open a business with our company because you have nothing better to do. That's what they're doing right now. That's their corporate head office. And their company does, though, benefit the consumer and the supplier. So it's not bad for their business to be growing right now because it really is in the business of making everyone money. It's kind of like Amazon. It's a Canadian-based company, but you're able to open up your own essential store, virtual online e-commerce store, and distribute products through there, which is actually really beneficial for people trying to establish side hustles. Like a side hustle going on right now is the mask side hustle. All these masks out of nowhere, different designs, different colors. A lot of this stuff is getting pushed through individual suppliers through e-commerce. And this is kind of a sign of why Shopify is thriving, because they're adding a mass scale to that, an international scale to an e-commerce life that is only growing as people want to do more things remotely. You gotta love it. You already know Jeff Bezos is looking at Shopify like the Spider-Man pointing at himself, just like, motherfucker, that's us. That's me. Making money off of other people selling shit, that's me. Are you kidding me? So retail's coming back. After April was the lowest slump in retail history, this May actually turned out to be the highest uptick in May history of retail. And I think that just says that nothing scares these white girls. I mean, they're the only ones out here shopping. All the black people out there protesting. All the white people are trying to not get canceled. You think all the other races who are getting laid off during this quarantine are deciding to go out shopping now? Hell no. They are in ration mode. You know who didn't get laid off? Housewives. You know who's spiteful because her husband spends too much time at home so they need to get out the house? Housewives. I feel like housewives probably took the biggest L during this quarantine. They had the house to themselves, no kids, no husband. And now you got all those motherfuckers in here at the same time? No. Hell no. I'm going out. I'm spending your money. You all thought you were getting Christmas presents? Haha, 15% off. That's a tax. That's called you're in my house tax. Get the fuck out. So if white women and WAGs are leading the charge, retail will be back anytime now. And WAG stands for Wives and Girlfriends of Athletes. So it's pretty funny. The new owner of the Houston Rockets, he made a lot of his wealth through the restaurant industry and the food industry. He was on air this week talking about how landlords are being extremely unreasonable. And it was hilarious because I've never seen a billionaire use a chart on a whiteboard to display his argument. He literally was holding it to the side like he was drawing plays for the Rockets. You know a billionaire has to be pretty fucking annoyed to use a fucking whiteboard. When was the last time you think a billionaire ever needed to use a whiteboard? If anything, he's sitting in his chair yelling at the person writing on the whiteboard. My man had the marker, the eraser. He was trying to argue the points. He was circling shit. That's a man who's hurting. If you're using a whiteboard to convey your point, man, you're hurting in some way. You need to prove this. There's a lot riding on this point. He called out Atlantic City He said Atlantic City's not even giving the landlords a speculative date, which is no surprise from New Jersey, which is governed or was governed by Chris Christie. I don't know if he's still there, but I feel like he's just the spirit of New Jersey now. Regardless of if he's in office or not, that's just what I think of Jersey. When I think of anything going wrong in Jersey, I think Chris Christie. So, Fed Chair Powell was on air a lot this week talking about things that just fucked up my trades. This motherfucker started saying, oh, we're not going to support this, but we'll support this as long as we need to, yada, da. And all I know is I started losing money. What I got to say about Chairman Powell's remarks are, stop player hating, yo. The market was rallying until you started talking, and I'm not saying it's your fault, but niggas got rent, so you got to shut up. After the first day, you see the market goes down. How do you not stop talking? If I was the Federal Reserve chair, the market was crashing with every word, I would start riffing until I found out what made the market go up. I'll just start saying nonsense like Tesla, debt, bailouts. I'm not going to be the motherfucker who crashed the market in a single day. Hell no. Hell no, you're not going to catch me with that fucking burden on my shoulders. As a Fed chair, I would have said anything to get that market going. I would have tap danced and lied my ass off until they called me off stage and I could talk to my team like, okay, so let's get the fuck out of here. I bought us a little time by saying Bezos' eye is squinted because he doesn't pay taxes. We got to get out of here while we can. Try and figure out a better way to go about this. Because clearly, nothing Sharon planned in the notes worked out, okay? I'm not pointing fingers. So apparently, Kyrie's back on crack again. And it hurts. As a Nets fan, I'm a real Brooklyn Nets fan. And it hurts when your star player is trying to interfere with your team in the playoffs. And not only your team in the playoffs, the whole NBA playoffs. A bunch of the commissioners of Monk Sports got together and gave a press conference on the air this week. And I don't think we could take this out on sports. Sports are the one area where we need to be like, y'all can slide. Y'all can let an N-word slide or two. Only the sports with black people. Let me rephrase this. The MLB can take forever. The only team I want back in the MLB is the Yankees. They could be playing against themselves. Throw that on air. Everyone else, I don't give a fuck. You can't be trying to stop industries like the NFL, the NBA, when they're built off of black excellence and they're built off of black businessmen. Comparatively, of course, throughout all sports, there are black people and all ethnicities thriving. But none like the NFL and NBA where you could say the stronghold of the successful professionals are black. You shouldn't try to be stopping that. If anything, you should promote that and give them leverage to speak their minds as another successful human on this planet, especially in hopes that they could reach the fan base of the communities that are in so much pain right now. So I don't agree with Kyrie's plan to try and stop play because one is beneficial for the economy. I'm trying to get these Coke calls going. And once you open up sports and people start going to the bars more that are slowly open, that's going to help that out. What is the most beneficial argument to not playing? You got to ask yourself that. In these times of mass change, which is needed, you got to make sure everything you're doing has a positive outcome.